The ventilation system grew through her house, wrecking her bedroom, study, and kitchen. She could have moved away, but she wasn't willing to concede a single inch. Hopefully, she hasn't blocked the valve with her morbid laboratory. Miri is not here, the old woman says, but that is not why you've come.
Pues la han mencionado muy convenientemente, ¿eh?
Mo tries to tell her how dire it is, how Under and the others have succumbed, how she needs to do what must be done. But her grandmother merely smirks behind her mask. Now look at you. How important you've become. People are counting on you. Yes, yes. Another chuckle behind the air filter. I have something very important for you to do as well. Would you be so kind as to do me a favor? A favor, she calls it. It may as well be an order. Granny has always had her way of getting what she wants.
¿Tiene? ¿Os estáis fijando que su pierna izquierda está hecha de madera? Pero además es madera que le está creciendo una rama.
Old companions, the grandmother says, that I have held on to quite long enough. It's time to bring them home. Promise me. More's heart plunged into her stomach. She knew what Granny was implying. You do not decline a request like this. More promised.
Lleva las esculturas de la abuela a un lugar de descanso de grava. Ya han lamentado la muerte de sus amigos tiempo suficiente. O sea que en lugar de entrar en la casa, tengo que buscar un lugar de entierro.
Memorfesti and Kaba are connected by a bridge that Mo has never fully crossed. The walk always seemed too long, and what lies beyond is what she dreads most.
Ah, si piso el puente no puedo volver. Vale. Ah, vale, me imagino que lo de que no podremos volver es si seguimos más allá del purificador, ¿no?
You can go back now, Mo. You did the work. You could just tell the old woman off. It's not like you're her servant. Yes, of course, you promised. But she was asking too much. Your grandmother doesn't care about your struggles. That old hag.
¿Quién está hablando?
Throw the figures into the sea. And just say you returned them. With a little disrespect for the dead. If it saves the living.
¿Exactamente cómo los salvas? Según esa lógica.
Mo's hand clutches the gemstone in her pocket. left behind by her older sister. Her heart is drowning in a deluge of goodbyes, all of them equally real in Miri's unread letter.
Pues venga, a cumplir la promesa.
More expected Grabber to be swallowed by the spores, so this episode comes as no surprise. However, she did not expect to feel so at home here.
Sentirse como en casa dentro de una ilusión. O alucinación. A ver cuál es la combinación. Medusa, erizo y estrella. Medusa. Erizo. Y estrella. Me lo parece a mí, o la caja de música esta vez está como un poquito oxidada. Ha salido bastante rápido esta vez.
where we bring our dead, where we surrender their bodies to the blight, a place too virulent to visit, so we mourn at home over sculpted effigies.
Y la abuela manda a su
Moore
nieta a este
finds
lugar.
no solace in these rituals, but she has a promise to keep.
Quería ver si podíamos ir al altar ese, pero veo que no. Ahora.
For all their hard work, the giant's machines are not welcome in these hallowed grounds.
Oh. ¿Os imagináis que ahora al salir alguien nos ha robado la omnivara? ¿Todo listo para entrar en el jardín de los muertos? Sí. Wow. ¿Lo habéis escuchado? Cuando pisamos esta especie de líquen o lo que sea esto, cambia el sonido y todo. Ya está, ya lo tenemos.
Moore was too small to fully understand what was happening during the Exodus, but she saw what the poison was doing to the people around her, plaguing the mind with visions, corroding and eating the flesh. She couldn't bear to watch person after person disappear from her life, so she hid in the networks below. Far away from it all, she never found out exactly who succumbed to the poison and who made it off the island. But it barely matters to her when they're all still gone.
Vale, ¿y aquí? A ver qué nos cuentan.
Most of Moore's family is still here, however. They couldn't leave their little Moore behind. She is proud now to have been tasked to protect them, by virtue of the knowledge and power she found. For when she went below and found the fabled giants, when she befriended them as the only human in generations, they forged the Omni-Switch for her and made her their apprentice. She spent years confined in the underbelly of these islands, just so the surface could shine. She hopes her family is proud as well.
Pero eso significa que también pasó años lejos de la familia. ¿Este lugar es digno también? O sea, ¿no es digno o sí? Vamos a ver qué nos cuenta ahora.
The brothers once walked the surface. Many say they built the world with their hands. They were inventors and explorers, never minding the tiny humans between their feet, living in their tiny houses and tiny streets. When the Blight first came and humanity fell into ruin, they went underground to find a solution. Their ingenuity and their toil saved the world above, but also bound them in the deep below.
O sea que los gigantes alguna vez también estuvieron en la superficie. Y las supuestas cadenas que dicen son porque tienen que ir dándole a la manivela, porque si no, no... Ah, este está vacío. Aquí sí que vamos a poder dejarlos.
Miri has 2 figurines in our home, a recent addition, but she has not told Mo who she is mourning. Miri has told Mo that she has a figure ready for her too, just in case. How many times has Miri thought of taking that figure here? All the times Mo would disappear below. All the times Mo was gone for months without contact. Miri not knowing each time whether her little sister would come up again. Not knowing for months whether the catacombs or the blight had finally taken Mo for good.
Claro, la hermana estaba preocupada.
Granny's decided that she's grieved enough.
Vale, la
2
omnívara aún está aquí.
giants still struggling for air. Only half of the engines running. Only half of her world protected. But at least this promise she has now fulfilled.
¿Tendremos que volver a pasar por la nube de esporas? Parece que sí.
Hey, no hemos acabado. Aquí unos extras. Recuerda dejar tu like, presionar el gran botón rojo a su derecha si no lo has hecho ya y dar un campanazo. Puedes ver cómo juego en directo en Twitch, que es la versión sin censura, y si te gustan las aventuras tienes los enlaces de mis libros y más en la descripción. Te veo en el próximo vídeo.